Hi, welcome to Bear's Den Cooking. I'm Ron, and today we're going to be making pollo ai pepperoni. Before you get too excited, this isn't American on your pizza pepperoni. Pepperoni in Italian is peppers, and we're going to be using red peppers in this recipe as well as some tomatoes to make the sauce for this. Pollo ai pepperoni is also known as chicken and peppers, Roman chicken. I'm going to be changing it a little bit differently. Usually they would use the chicken thighs, chicken legs. I'm going to be using breasts because we like to cook it a little longer and shred those breasts into the sauce itself to make a sort of ragu and then serve that over a nice cheesy polenta, and that's a lot of fun. It's going to be delicious. Might even throw in some Calabrian peppers for a little bit of punch at the end as well. So we're going to get started. Chop these into strips. These are going to be cooking in the sauce itself and be a major part of the sauce. Add a little extra sweetness to the sauce. Now that we got our peppers all cut up into slices, we're going to go ahead and cut those into strips. Now we've got a nice lovely bowl of sliced peppers. It's going to be great. It's going to create a nice sweetness to the sauce. That's going to need a quarter of an onion, a yellow onion. We're just going to dice this finely. Doesn't need to be too fine. Quasi-fine. All right, to the stove. All right, so now we got our pan heated up. We're going to add some oil. We're going to use a nice heat oil. Don't be afraid of using olive oil. It's a beautiful thing. And onions. And garlic. Using about a clove of garlic. We use about a quarter of an onion, a large white yellow onion. Get that up a little bit. And we're going to add in a tablespoon of tomato paste. I'm going to heat that up, cook off that tomato paste. You don't want that raw. We're going to go ahead and cook this at about a medium heat until the onions are translucent. Got all the tomato paste mixed in and cooked off. All right, we've got some chicken breasts. We're going to go ahead and season those up. Like that. I'm going to go ahead and lay those in the pan right there with the onions and the garlic and tomato paste. And then make sure it's laying flat as can. And we're going to want to cook that chicken breasts until they are lightly brown. All we're looking for is a kind of a lack of pink. But don't worry about that you're putting the raw chicken in with the onions and the garlic and the tomato paste. This is going to be simmering for an hour and a half to 2 hours at a proper temperature. It's going to cook off. You're not going to have any issues as far as that's concerned. All right, now that we got a little bit of color on the chicken, we're going to add in a 1/4 cup of white wine. I am using Pinot Grigio. This is an Italian recipe. Why not? That's a 1/4 cup, right? It's enough. And we're just going to cook that off. Cook off the alcohol until this reduces a little bit. Get this process started. This is also going to pick up the froth from the bottom of the pan. You want to get all that tastiness from under there. If you have any chicken bits or any of the caramelization of the onions and garlic. You want to make sure you clean up the bottom of your pan. Then you won't have to do it later. I like it. Now we're going to put in about the original recipe, which I'm going to link down below. I said calls for 14 ounces of tomatoes. I had a big can of San Marzano tomatoes, and I ended up with about 17 ounces. I'm not going to complain. I am going to leave the juice in the bowl here and put it in the can with the rest of the passata that's left over in there, and I'll use that again in another recipe. Waste nothing. In our vegetable scraps. Save your vegetable scraps. We're going to be making a stone soup at some point in time. For those of you old enough to remember stone soup, we'll tell the story then. I'm going to get these tomatoes heated up a little bit. Just crush them lightly with a fork. I'm looking to turn them into a puree or anything right now. That's going to happen during the cooking process. Break them down a little bit with a fork as they heat up. They so beautiful juices. You don't have to use San Marzanos. I like to splurge when I'm making stuff like this, so you can just use regular, like a 14-ounce can of whole peeled tomatoes. Perfectly acceptable. Or your own fresh tomatoes if you want. You want to peel them, roast them, peel them. That's nice too. Get a sweeter flavor and a nice roasted taste of the tomatoes if you do it that way. Well, your choice. Whatever you want to do. You're eating it. No, seriously, I mean, these recipes like this, they aren't an exact science. Yeah, you want to stay somewhat true to the recipe, but you know, it's a matter of taste, what you like. So make it the way you like it. I tried it out the first couple of times the proper way, and decided to move on to breasts so I could shred them, so that I could put those over polenta and make a nice hearty meal out of that. Especially now with fall's here and nice having some stick to your ribs type of stuff. All right, look at those tomatoes. Aren't they beautiful? Making a nice sauce. Thickening up a little bit now. Now for the fun. Actually, we are going to add a little bit of Calabrian peppers in here. Not enough to kill anybody, but get a little bit of heat. Not traditional, and if you can't find Calabrian peppers, don't worry about it. But we like Calabrian food. Calabrian cooking and the use of these peppers, it'll add a little bit of a backbite onto it more than punching you in the face as far as the heat's concerned. It's just a little something extra special. Again, I will link the recipe that I got this from a wonderful page or a wonderful channel that is Italian cooking. Ava happens to be Calabrian, so that's why I'm using some of those things as well. But you know, check them out. Check out her page and her channel, and use the original recipe. And then, as I said, if you want to have fun and play with it, no harm, no foul. All right, now it's time for the peppers. Peppers are going in, and this is where we get the rest. Maybe finish the rest of that one. And we got our peppers in here. Now these are going to end up cooking down for the next hour to an hour and a half. So that's going to become, they're going to become part of the sauce. They're going to become one with the tomatoes. One. And add a half a cup of water. Oh, there it is. Put a lid on this bad boy. I'm going to crank that down to about medium, a little over medium, depending on the stove, what you've got in your burners. And we'll be back in an hour, hour and a half. All right, so our sauce has been going for about an hour. Yeah, about an hour and 20 or so right now. Looking really, really nice. I'm gonna take the cover off. I'm gonna drop the heat down a little bit, and for the next 30 minutes or so, I'm just gonna let it thicken, reduce a little bit. Probably doesn't even need 30 minutes at this point. But chicken's real tender. I've got it all shredded up. And remember to season and taste as you go along to make sure your seasonings are proper, so that you get what you want. Those Calabrian peppers did really nice, really the back of the throat sort of heat. So I'm real happy about that. The peppers are breaking down nicely. Everything's looking really, really good. And we're going to serve this over creamy polenta. Alright, so the polenta's done. Add some salt and pepper to the polenta and some pecorino cheese. That's nice. The ragu now has been simmering about an hour and 20, hour and a half covered, and then the past 30 minutes uncovered just to reduce a little bit. Everything's been tasted and it's ready to serve. Dinner time!
Ma'am!